Hello, everybody.
Gotta find my glass.
She's looking for a glass. I gotta fix her camera because I was messing with it. I gotta wait until she gets back over there. Hello, everybody.
It's humor.
Tuesday. She's gonna tweak some things. Actually, she's gonna build some things. I don't know. She found some things. She's been, you know how we do over here at PM Art Studio, finding things, looking through piles, and eventually, 8 days later, something might happen.
Dadgummit. Okay, so I'm looking at my memories today on Facebook, right?
Uh-huh.
I always find them very entertaining. You know, what happened 8 years ago.
Oh, I'm like, what is messing with me? There's this paper in front.
Or,
okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. Look, I found some papers that would work for,
Yeah.
Okay,
you can tell your story here in a second. Just hold that thought.
Well, we know that's probably.
I'll just remind us. Okay, everybody. This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together,
we are PM Artist Studio.
Do say hello in the chat so you say hello back. Otherwise, I do not know that you are here. We like to know that you are here because we're an already friendly bunch of folks. And it's also just how I know that you are here. If you're watching a replay, let us know down below. There's a comment section. If you don't have access to the comment section, that means you're actually in the live stream. So you should be over here in the chat area, at least saying hello. We get it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a lot to keep up
live
with chat.
chat.
It's hard for me. This is just kind of how today is going.
There we go. I know I'd hit the right button eventually.
She does. She always gets there somehow. All right.
Oh, that's some really cute stuff.
Thumbsy upsies. And in fact, I keep pointing over here, but it's really more here. It's here in this area.
What you talking about?
Thumbsy upsies.
Oh.
And then that share thing is more like over in this section here. And that share thing, you hit that, grab that link, send it to somebody, and voila. Boom shakalaka.
There you go.
You have shared a PM Artist Studio live stream with your friends. All right, let's say hello, everybody. This is still driving me. Okay, hold on. This is driving me crazy.
I want to show my shirt.
Okay, I'm moving this up. I don't know if this is really where we need to be, but that'll be dealt with.
How will you know?
And then I'm gonna move this. Hold on, y'all. This is what's making me crazy. This is why Tuesdays are a little harder because
Things have been rearranged.
Still upside.
Sometimes inadvertently, sometimes vertently.
See, and she's more scooted up. She moves around on me. Anyway.
Why don't you want it?
Well, yeah. See, normally you're a little further back like that.
Yeah.
You're not all up in the camera and then, yeah, see.
I'm just helping you out here, Mariah.
I'm going to have a little sip of my peach tea.
I thought you were reaching for your stick.
No, it's a little further away. You got time to move. Okay, for the love of all things, PMR Studio. What are we doing? Okay, so tell us your little story, because I don't. Oh no, I have to say hello to everybody.
You have to say hello.
That's where I was at. I promise y'all. Okay. A seminal mind that is Sue, Acme, Alice, Art Curious by M&W. That's Miriam. Becky's here. Bobby, Kathy, Cheryl, Cookie Wookie. That's Mo. Darcy, Dana, Eddie, Elizabeth, Ellen, Emma, Handy Scandy, that's Nancy, Hoarder Paper Crafts, that's Mimi, Ingrid, Jenny, Jim, hey Jim, Jose, Lizette, a little this and that, that's Jennifer Thies, Lydia, Mad, that's Sunny, Margie, Mark Hines is here, Monroe, Nadine. We got all the dudes in the house today. Very excited about that.
Oh, good.
We're really like evening out our demographics.
It's good. And if they're younger dudes, that's even duder.
Well, don't push it. Okay.
Yeah, really.
we got a demographic.
Be careful what
We're
you
just
ask
chuckling
for.
about the demographic. It's mainly women and mainly women of P's age. Sprinkled in with a few people of our age and then,
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Okay. Yeah, Mark Monroe, Nadine, Paula, Pinka, Sherry, Tina Schweinberg, and Lizzie Jean is here. If I missed you, give me some extra pinky hello hands and I will get you hello. Hello, Apple May. That is April. I think I may have said that, but I don't feel like I did. So, and Liz Jean and Carla's here. All right.
Pinky.
So tell us about what you were going to say.
I forgot.
You were digging through piles. You were showing things.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. The reason that I'm late to the party here is because I was hanging out on Facebook looking at things that happened. It was the cutest picture. Remember eating that homemade popsicle? And she's laughing and she only has 2 little teeth down here. And she's such a fat little fart. And she's just laughing so loud. I mean, it just makes you laugh to look at it. But then when I forgot to share it. And then I got into all the rest of my
Facebook, man.
Yeah. It's just absolutely amazing the rabbit hole you can go down on that kind of stuff. Okay, so what else? Oh, so anyway, I've kind of, been working with this flower thing. And by golly, I'm going to make this sucker work. So I had to consult my, the book that Mariah and I made.
Hello, Ricky. Hey, Karen.
Remember this
Angela.
one? Okay, you can go live.
We're live. We're here. Yay! She gets to go topside.
Okay. Good thing to know we're not dead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and I moved the hootie-doo. But I think we're good. I'm just going to leave it there for right now. I'll move it here in a second.
What is this?
I've
got a new note. Where,
yeah.
That
helps too. Gosh. See, I have so many things that I have to reset on Tuesdays. And so if I'm running late, which we were both running late today because I had, we order stuff going on. We ate late.
And I fixed my Tegan. It's on its way.
Tegan. The book is on its way.
Yes, and we have photographically recorded the
pieces.
Packing.
I'll post that in Makers because it's pretty hilarious. This woman has new and creative ways to use paper towel rolls and things.
No, these are toilet paper rolls. I wanted to use paper towel rolls, but I'm kind of reluctant because people throw those away downstairs, and I'm in charge of my toilet paper upstairs, so I can save as many of those suckers as I want. So I tried to.
It is. There's that better.
And I like the paper towel holders because they're for my long hauls. I can all wrap them up in one thing, and they become a scroll. And
Hey, Sherry.
And someday when I get storage, capabilities that are for storage of scrolls. Yeah. Okay. So anyhow, remember this book.
Hey, Rhonda.
Comparison Guide of Japanese Art Papers. Yasutomo.
Hey, this is downloadable.
Yeah.
And I think it's free. Is this one free? One you have to pay for, and then one is. I think this one's free.
But it's a nominal fee anyway, even if it isn't, like totally free. But the thing about it is Mariah copied the pages, and then I came back in and added little bits of paper that were, of that, whatever it was. So I did this because, and where did I?
I know, doesn't it? It seems like it was forever ago, but it really wasn't.
Okay, I know I don't want this. Usagami is what I think I want. Because, see, you can see through it. And this is not the actual, but in the big book that Mariah has, this is actual. I pasted that flower down on there. But this is just the paper up here, so I know exactly what it is, and I've got some stuff underneath it so I can lay it down there and go, oh yeah, this is really transparent. Because remember, that's what I'm going for on my blur. Okay, so Usagami. Now I have to locate that, and that might take a bit. And I'm going to put this in carefully.
Hope you're doing well, Sherry.
I had to return some of my papers. Okay, so we've been doing postcards, and I think that these are.
4x6.
Yeah.
And here's the beauty of it all. And I've told everybody else this, that because we're going to make these postcards digitally available, free download, just like that little book right there, the, Yasutomo paper comparison business. We will make it a free download on our website. But I will format all of the postcards to a 4x6. Because then I can get 3 up on a page.
Yeah, and I think that was important. Okay, so these obviously were done when we were doing Halloween-y things with, what kind of paper you call that?
Scrapbook.
Look at that.
Jinx.
Twinkie share. Scrapbook paper. But look at that. Isn't that wonderful? See that butterfly out there? That wasn't on the paper. I put that out there. But see the little butterflies in
Yeah.
I thought that was really brilliant. And then I came across this quote, or that Silver Granny and her grumpy gnome sent me. It's number 413. I don't know what that means. September 13th, 2024. Shadows mutter, mist replies, darkness purrs as midnight sighs, by Rusty Fisher. So I just, I may not acknowledge that you gave me something really wonderful right away. I may forget momentarily, but it's not lost. It will be resuscitated at some point in time.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to do something with that, but I don't know that I want to do it right now. So I'm going to put it right back where I found it, because that's the best way to do that. After a while, I will remember, oh yeah, it's over there.
Mm-hmm.
So then I thought this was wonderful. I really think this has potential.
It has a very...
It's got a flaggy vibe to it.
It has flag vibes.
Has a flaggy vibe, and I love the pink, and it's upside down, which, that wasn't intentional by any...
Right.
But remember, this is some of my removal.
Tape removal with the crap tape.
Yeah,
AKA washi tape.
But I'm really, I'm feeling this here as
I'm feeling it with you, Patricia.
Thank you, Mariah. And of course, I found these, and I thought, oh, these are the colors for the trans.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
It is.
I didn't even know it. And then I found this flower, which I love this flower because this is a Where Have All the Flowers Gone?
You know what's funny? And so, look at this. Here. All right, one of the songs. Now, if y'all... Okay, let's just kind of bring this all around for a second. We are doing the patriotic protesting postcards. If you want to be involved in that, you need to email me if you want these songs. Look at this, Patricia. Look at this. Now, I wasn't going to put this one out yet, but I just don't know that we're going to have all of the time to do these. And I'm hoping some of these other folks that are getting involved. But look at that. The black rose is traditionally linked to death, loss, mourning, and grief. But then if you go to the Dropstick Murphys, there's a link right there. If you want to look it up, they have their video that's up. This is like one of their latest releases.
So I don't know who these people are.
Dropstick Murphys. They're kind of I don't think they are Irish, but they are of Irish descent.
Do they have that wonderful Irish lilt?
No, they have the,
Oh.
right? Aren't they from Brooklyn, Eddie? That area. So they have that accent.
I'm going to read this.
Okay.
Throughout centuries in every country, we faced the wrath and felt the pain of the tyrant's sword or the henchman's boot, or another rich man's gain. In the endless quest for wealth and power, they stomp us down with great disdain beneath the false god's banner, in the name of all that's vain. Through crime and crusade, our labor, it's been stolen. We've been robbed of our freedom. We've been held down and beholden to the bosses and bankers who never gave their share of any blood, of any sweat, of any tears. Who'll stand with us? Don't tell us everything is fine. Who'll stand with us? Because this treatment is a crime. The working people fuel the engine. While you yank the chain, we fight the wars and build the buildings for someone else's gain. So tell me who will stand with us. Through crime and crusade, our labor, it's been stolen. We've been robbed of our freedom. We've been held down and beholden. Who'll stand with us? Don't tell us everything is fine. Who'll stand with us? Because this treatment is a crime. The working people fuel the engine. While you yank the chain, we fight the wars and build the buildings for someone else's gains. So tell me who will stand with us. So tell me who will stand with us. I love it. Protest angle demands solidarity and resilience in the face of political and economic exploitation. We know that's gone on for a long time. I love that. Yes, I think that that's a good one.
And I even pulled that's their album cover artwork.
Do we have this in? We don't have this in a stamp.
No, but we could probably make that happen.
And I'm not sure that I can, and it looks like it would be very easily, because I mean, it's really, you don't have to do anything on the size. It's perfect size.
Right.
And I even like this kind of messy thing. So we may, I love that. And see, I didn't even know that Mariah had found this. This is the first time I knew about this.
Because I didn't want to tell her about all the different songs, because you know how she's,
All right. So, we've got that. Drop kick Murphys.
Oh, and Rhonda says to use the stencil butter.
Oh.
Oh, and we have the black. Remember the shiny black. Got it right over there.
Okay, well, that may have to be another day because I have to find the stencil.
But that was perfect and great to give you guys because I hope that you're participating. And if you want to participate again, just email me. I can get you this exact thing. You can print it off at your house. You can then do whatever you want to do with it.
And I love this rose because number one, the wilted quality of it is more symbolic than this very upright and perfect rose there. This is a weeping rose.
Yeah.
And we can even have little drops of weepy tear bloods coming down. Tear bloods.
Seems right.
Yeah.
Okay, one other announcement that I would like to make because it is July 8th, which means your swap partners have been announced. So if you are participating in a swap over there in Makers, that's the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. But yes, so you need to go over there, get your swap partners. FYI, coming this next month, there will be some changes to the swaps. Number one, Rhonda is going to take a little break for a bit. We may or may not pick it back up, but it's just one of those things. She's gonna take a little break. I'm cool with that. But Becky is still gonna be doing the swap, and I think she's gonna come up with some new things. So be on the lookout for some information regarding what she has planned as far as the swap that will be going on over there in Makers. But as of this month, you need to go and find your partners and get that all worked out and talk to people and, get email addresses and who's it, what's it, and then you make your thing or swap your thing and then you post it over Makers. That's
excellent. Now, I just think there's so many, and part of the thing that reason I'm doing this is because, well, number one, I found this stuff over here. It's serendipity. It's how I work.
Hi, Liz. Hi, Kathy.
I think this needs to have "We the People."
I got a stamp.
Means everyone. Right in the middle of this.
Well, we got the "We the People," and you're gonna write "means everyone."
And I don't know. Maybe I don't need that. Maybe this is, visually.
It says it.
Says it.
Well, sometimes I don't think these people need a little more.
And more two before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, there is, of course, that. Okay, I don't know that we'll get to this.
But I love that you're showing the ideas of how to, combo some of these things up. Use the things that you already have out of your stash.
Look through your stuff because,
dig through your piles.
Dig through your piles. Okay, check this out.
Look at that. I mean, we've only seen this at least 3 times now. That's what I remember.
And one of these...
I heard you even have a digital version of this.
This is the original, and here is just the digital. But, I just think, writing over the top of it, where have all the flowers gone?
Oh, I love that.
I mean, I think you can get at least 2 postcards here. And it wouldn't be, like you're destroying artwork or anything. Because
that is the
original.
And I feel like that is downloadable via Makers. I think it's in the files over there because I couldn't get it. I was like, it takes extra steps to get it onto the website, and I just didn't have that bandwidth right then and there. But I could put a PDF up in Makers.
Here, I love this. Look at my little color swatching over here on the edge. Boy, now this is some original artwork here. Okay, what I envision this is I would like to have Mariah go ahead and make a copy of this and digitalize
Lizette says so. E pluribus unum. out of many one.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I like that too. It's good.
We should make a stamp of that. Okay, so do you think you can make that happen, Mariah? And take out these little color swatchy things that I did here on the side and this little crap over here. I don't know what I was doing when I did this.
Testing
there was
things. It's a brayer off.
Yeah, there's a brayer.
I mean,
swath,
so many things.
A swath of green grass
started around here.
down the middle there.
I know I've missed some other folks, so just give me some pinky help. Hey, like
and then
Betsy
this stamp, and Mo, you can put that in. I know she knows
Tammy.
what it is. Is Mo with us today?
Yeah, Mo's with us today.
I don't remember you saying her, but anyway, yeah. So that, you could actually design your little card, and even, right down the middle here, you could say, where have all the flowers gone?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I still have I used up all my postcards, so I don't have one to do that with. But anyhow, now this, I think, and I can see this over here, maybe, perhaps.
Oh, yes, I love that.
Right there in the pink. And we'd have to kind of design the card.
And you know what would be cool is if it said, like, we the people demand equal rights.
Demand equal rights. Shove that down a little bit. We're gonna have, and people can just use their imaginations. I don't know. There's this artist that I follow, and he's from I don't know, one of the I hesitate. I think Hungary. I don't know. Anyway, and I'm probably horribly mispronouncing his name, but Valery Buyev. He would be on my Facebook because I repost his stuff. The kind of stuff that he does, if you really look at it, it's a bit off-putting, and it makes you kind of feel uncomfortable. You don't really know what's going on there, but there's a lot of stuff that's kind of icky. But he has this, it's lovely ambiguity at its very best. So he has these wonderful colors that he uses to mold and model the three-dimensional quality. Always has figures.
I think
he did a whole series on elephants too. Remember the elephants?
This is, yes, because you
I know. I waxed ecstatic over that also. But he's on, and he's, I don't know if he's
kind of a big deal
or anything, but I love his stuff, and I always write comments on his stuff. And you know what? He writes back.
Does he?
And
did you tell him who we are?
No, you I haven't done
You're just
that yet.
fangirling over there.
I'm just fangirling. I have no idea, anything about him other than I know his art. And I think I think he won some awards on his latest thing. But definitely worth checking out if you were into more conceptual art, I will say. Okay, so we've got those things going on here. But we're going to really, I may attack these at a later date. I don't know what this is.
Some rando stuff.
Yeah, but
switchy.
Yeah. Kind of see a little face there. Look a little either sleepy eye or, see the little haircut there. And then there's a little I don't know, chicken snail up there.
You know that when I think he's Japanese, and I have that ashtray. That was from when they had the show here in Dallas. It was here in Dallas, or maybe when we went to Houston. But anyway,
kind of.
I believe his name's like Tusanaki or something like that. But mine's the little girl smoking in the ashtray.
Yeah.
But that's kind of reminds me of those, like, that would be like the outline of those types of figures.
Yes, very much so.
That's where I was going with that. I'm not just being random.
Yeah, for sure. It may have been when we were in Seattle, Mariah.
Mm-mm.
It wasn't?
It was either here in Dallas or, because I'm pretty sure that J-Ro went with us because I think he bought me the ashtray because I was like, ooh, that's pricey. But he was like, you should have that. It was very sweet. He used to go to the museum with my mom and I. But I'm pretty sure all three of us went, and maybe, I hope Brad came or not. Maybe.
I don't know. I don't
really remember going to the thing. I just remember getting the ashtray and I was super excited about the ashtray.
Yeah, Mariah usually hangs out in the bar across the street from the museum and meets people and makes friends. Mm-hmm. All right, well let's get after this here.
Hi, Ninian.
Okay, so Mariah grayscaled me out some stuff here, and I think this is going to work better for my flower image. I'm really thinking so. As remember, one of the problems that occurred here. Oh, and I know I've got to pull. So we stamped it on here first, and then stamped it on here, and just wasn't hitting that.
Yeah, you haven't hit the mark yet.
I haven't hit the mark yet.
Do you want to show them before you get started on anything arty and, you know, like bringing out the paint? Do you want to show them my finished thing?
Well, I've taken some of your joy away from you.
Oh, I'll show it again.
Oh. I do want to show it because
I want you to gush over it because that makes me very happy and proud too.
It was, you know, here what we do. This is how we get stuff upstairs and downstairs. Is we kind of park it on the stairs.
I think anybody that has a house that's 2 stories that, you know, you do use all levels or whatever, that's just how it goes.
I guess so. But anyway, I brought it back upstairs because I wanted to look at it again. I wanted to touch it because, can you hear that?
I was very busy after the stream yesterday. Well,
she actually hung out with me for like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she did this stuff over here. Okay, is there anything behind that, Mariah?
There's the yeah, you got to pull out the other thing. It's kind of tight. If you bust it, it's okay. I'll fix it.
Oh, I would hate to do that. Okay, now see, you see that? But look at this. See? Now you can still see the writing through this stuff.
So I just collaged down some of the pieces and things that that were left over. Because we'd done multiple
top of the tree.
Right, we'd done multiple printouts.
Here's the stem, what do you call it? The trunk of the tree.
This was just the leftover parts from the print, you know, the printed thing.
And look at this little thing. It's a fuzzy diamond.
And I made sure that I captured all the things that I used other than the rubber band because I only had the one rubber band.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's okay because it would have caught on the edge and musted about.
And I used fancy shiny papers in the back there. I didn't really use that on the main card, but I needed that over on the other thing.
The main card out here.
And I did take, Jeanette she was so sweet. She's like, oh, before you glue that down or do anything, make sure that you secure the brad in place so it stays a diamond and it doesn't move around, which was a fantastic tip. And I did. And it is up just enough, though, that it does hit. And watch where it hits. And this was the leftover piece from the main part of the page. And then if you, yes, and it says, and
we the people.
We the people is your land.
Your land. All right, I'm going to pull that back out. And you must talk about the lips. Oh, and I have a quote for the back of the lips.
Yeah, we just haven't gotten to that yet.
Okay, so this is...
Y'all remember when we were doing the lips, and then I colored it.
Sculptural Mod Podge.
Which I used the rest of what was in the thing, and I've ordered more. Which, by the way, that's gotten pricey, too.
Well, it never was cheap, as I recall.
Hi, Jamie.
So here's a little quote on the back. You cannot defeat what you can't define. From The Really Dark Truth About Bots by Bon Jordan, and it was in the November issue of The Atlantic. But that's going to go on the back of those lips that are tucked in there.
Which the lips also look a lot like leaves, I thought, because, you know, with the trees. And then Peace thing goes so well with it, too. And again, these will be available. I've already photographed these. Plus, Jenny has sent me two or three. Trying to remember now. And then Setha has sent me one. So there's going to be a great, awesome file of downloadable postcards to print out and send to whomever you wish to send them to.
All right. Now, I just, when I brought this up, so I told Mariah, I said, she showed it to me, but I didn't really get to feel it and mess with it and pull stuff out and put stuff in and that sort of thing. So this little card goes in here.
And see, and it creates more landscape.
It does. When you put it in, suddenly, you have more. And I love this tree thing here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is from
the leftover, the pups pick up papers.
So I worked on this with little bits and pieces from the leftover pups. And this little card. And I just thought it just goes, other than the purple, but that's all right.
That's all right.
You have to. It's almost a neutral because it's blackened out.
Mm-hmm.
So I put this in here because I think that it's important to and I looked through this and I just was so impressed because I started at the beginning and, okay, so very simple, create a line. Yeah.
All my confetti on it.
There we go. And then the next we have handprints. Look at these handprints. And I mean, come on now. I don't care if you're a jaded art person. This has got to titillate some of your fancy.
There's something in here for everybody.
Something in here for everybody. And remember, this is the remnants from the little box that she made, which I don't know.
Yeah, it's over here.
It's over there on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Leftover parts of that and little pieces. She doesn't throw anything away. And that was create a repurposing. Create a string.
And
this was a little, this was
the
gilded heart box. And then this one, oh man, I can remember working on this one was a tough one.
It was a tough one. It's almost better. I like the journal entry more than I like the actual piece.
Yeah, because this is a photograph of the actual piece that was in here.
I struggled with it, and then she yelled at me.
I did. I was ugly. I shouldn't be. And the mask is just so wonderful. And my mask, of course, is still back over here. Waiting for its 8th month debut. But check this out. Okay, so I kind of forgot about this. Now, tell me about this, Mariah. What are these words over here?
Okay, remember this was the ocean thing,
Oh, okay. So, O.
Right.
For openness.
Mm-hmm.
C.
Consciousness.
For consciousness. E. For extroversion. I don't know what that means. Curious. Agreeableness.
Mm-hmm.
She is. And neuroticism.
Neuroticism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, a little bit of that. But look at those. That wonderful, And what is so cool is I don't think these were actually made for this. We just found them.
We were stamping off and testing because Lizzie Jean had sent us the cool stuff. And so I was testing it out, and it just so happened that, it fit into the colors, and see those were other little wonderful. That's when we were doing the flocking for the first time, and it sort of worked, but it, I had an idea and it didn't come to full,
Beautiful papers from Sophia and Rhonda.
But that's your...
Oh, this was my testing thing. Oh my God, I forgot that was even in here.
Mm-hmm.
How funny is that? And then, of course, this is the little, all the stuffs.
Mm-hmm. And see, there was the collage theme, the facets of me, and I did the ocean. It's like, oh God, what was the whole thing? It's kind of a psychological
through creativity.
Yeah, like a psychological thing.
Yeah.
Personality traits.
Yeah. Conviction through creativity, resilient educator, curious connector. That's interesting. Relational integrity, very much so. Progressive advocacy. I love it. Okay, I'm.
And then this one expanded out because that started out as my all that goes together, because that was my original idea, but it didn't really come into.
It's lovely, and I think this is by
that's Rhonda.
And look at that! Look at those colors in that little booger. And I just love these because this just kind of evolved.
And see, and that's the piece. So the note says that's came from Rhonda.
Yeah.
And then that is from that's also from Rhonda, I believe. And then there was other papers somewhere else in there from Sophia. But actually, the cards might be. No, Rhonda, let me know. I'm pretty sure that they came from Sophia as well.
Very cool. Okay, and
Oh,
then
thank you, Mary Helen.
this little piece here, I love that. You just stuck that in there. That correct.
That was from Sophia. That's right. Those were the pieces from Sophia.
Very interesting. And I love this one. This is the black and white. I don't know. It's really, really nice. Mariah did these little jobbers.
And remember, that was sort of accidental because it started out as a test piece, and I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work out. And then you were kind of sad and mad that I had taken over the black and white piece, but then you realized I was doing good things with it.
Yeah, she was. You see, and there's the little tuck spot. Love it.
Okay, yeah, the playing cards were Rhonda's because I remember she did a video on that.
I just think this worked out so well, and really it was organically produced. It just came about.
I think that's been the running theme here, that a lot of my stuff, like, I have a general idea.
Look, check this out. This cracks me up. Here's the little card with the 3 little colors as the tabs. I mean, that's just brilliant. And look at this nice edge over here. I'm so proud of you on those edges, Mariah.
Thanks, Mom.
Most people just cut stuff off. Okay, love this. And this one we did a bit of arguing about also. But I think that's what we do. And I just cracks me up.
And I saved little things from, like, Sue and some things that I picked up at protests. And
love is love.
Don't take out the other one and help people get all fired up about that.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to show
them
the very tip of it.
Just the tip, y'all. You can guess the rest.
But look at these. I mean, it's not just like one side is wonderful. Both sides are wonderful. That is what I consider artwork, is when you have considered that which does not get viewed by everyone. And that is the definition. Look at those little lips lined up there. Equal rights for others doesn't mean fewer rights for you. It's not pie.
And here we are.
And then here we are. I don't know. I love this so much. Should I read this? I'm going to read this. Saxe, Texas, 2025. I got the date right. The other day I wrote 2024. My dearest daughter, I want you to know how incredibly proud you make me every day. Every day, Sandra. Your gifts shared so graciously make this world a better place. Love, Mom.
I've cried 3 times today.
But look at that, how it tucks in there.
It all needed to go together.
Voila.
And
I love this little piece down here. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Because that was kind of one of those things last night. I was like, is that too much? Oh, and then show them the cloud in the background behind the thing is more of the fluff stuff. And I plan on sending Ann Laura, because originally we were supposed to swap stuff. And I kind of backed out of that deal. Partially because it's very hard for me to send. Like, I wouldn't be able to send this away.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. It's just, I become very, very attached to the things that I create. But what I plan on sending Anne are all the little, like, she can, because she's a collager she loves to collage. I'm going to send her the packet of all the different things that I have left over and additional pieces, because there's more, more of everything there. Except for a rubber band.
Yeah.
There's just one.
You got to come up with your own rubber band.
I'm sure we probably have more around here somewhere, but they get used.
All right. Well, anyway, I'm very thrilled that we decided to share that, because, like I said, it was on the landing and I brought it up. Okay, so people want to know why this particular.
Thank you, Jose.
I mean, what does it mean? What is it all about?
Yeah.
And I've got the ones that I need to pull off. Remember, we did some red, white, and blue over this, and I pulled one too early, and some of it still stayed on the plate, which was a really good thing, because it reminds you, sometimes you just need to not be in such a big hurry in your life,
Mm-hmm.
But the whole idea is the eye, the watchful eye, And you have to keep an eye on things that are going on around you, because sometimes, you know,
be ever vigilant.
It ain't good. Ever vigilant. And don't be afraid to open your mouth about it.
See something, say something.
See something, say something. Oh, I love that.
Well, I think that's a PSA, lady. Remember?
PSA.
Public service announcement.
Oh, well, there you go.
I don't know where she was at in the 80s. It was not listening to things that were helping you get your children through, life.
I was probably trying to.
I was being brought up,
trying to get myself through life.
I was being brought up by the PSAs on the television. While my mother was going to school.
I was going to school. There you go.
Becoming a better person.
Becoming a better person in order to, keep you in the lifestyle to which you were unaccustomed.
Right.
Okay.
So funny.
No, that's funny. Okay. We've got these things over here. And Mariah handed me this for to glue down stuff onto. But I probably needed to prep that unless I'm going to glue down something that is just completely opaque, and then I can get away with that.
That is true.
It's not; those aren't going to show through. You have to. I could do this one very easily because this is
a lot of paint.
A lot of paint.
And dark paint and light paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I really, thought about this, because it, when you pull up the flag from the back side, it's upside down and backwards. I don't know if I want the flower, if I want We the People. We the People is probably, I don't know yet. I haven't decided on that. And we're not going to, and we've got these. And I guess these need to go in the shop, right, Mariah? Or are we just sending these out? These are not very good. I think we should just go ahead and send these.
Well, I think they're kind
of poopy.
Well, they're great first steps. More needs to be done to them. But then again, I also think, I think they were good learning curves for you.
Just send them off.
Okay.
What the heck? What are we going to keep them for? And here's another one of the eyes, which it has lots of. Remember, I was just cleaning up my stamp around the edge, and then pulled this, which was in the background. And I guess I should go ahead and pull those other things, because we might go ahead and use the. Here's a really nice piece of. And see, this is a pup.
That's pup.
It's a pup. Pup. Okay. All right. Oh, good. The one that I pulled was right here on top.
Oh, that is. Mary Helen says, I love you too dearly. You have encouraged me to dig deeply into my studio for bits and pieces of my paper scraps over the years. Pure joyful reunion and memories. Isn't it?
Oh, it is. It really honestly is. And the other thing that it really encourages you, because you can see the growth of you as an artist when you do those things. And, I look at some of my early works, and even though they aren't fabulous or anything, I've used them for backgrounds. I've done prints over them. I've actually sent a lot of them to you all. And, yeah. Okay, so we've got, you can see where this got stuck. All right, so here we go. Oop, already getting into some trouble there. Where I was worried about where the paper overlapped. I really was. But I kind of have to pull this one first because it's on top of the other one. So maybe we can just go right down the line there, and it's going to pull up. Cooperate.
And I got to get after comments. I'm a little behind on that, but I came up, like I said, so you saw the artwork and everything. Sometimes I just have to say, all right, this is what I'm going to do. And that usually means something else is not necessary.
Not getting done.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to have to try to come at it from the top side and go down. And sometimes that's really as much as it takes. It's just coming at it from another direction where you're not, ripping it. A new one.
A new one. Mm-hmm.
Well, I got a little of that other one, but I don't think that's going to probably make a big difference because
No.
by the time we get this, down to a postcard size, this might have to be a whatever it is.
Well, I told you that's why I'd given you the 5x7.
Yeah.
And that's fine because I can shrink it down and ratio wise, it should be fine.
But I do think that this was an excellent, and I'm actually very proud of myself. Sometimes I do have these moments where a brilliant moment of voila,
Bye, Sophia. Thanks for hanging.
Painting epiphany, painterly epiphany of, remember I did the red and the blue, first I did this. Remember, this was a flop off. Stamped it on using the stencil or the mask. Let that dry, then did the red and the blue, then came back and pulled it with the white. And it worked out brilliantly. I didn't get that, pinky business going on there. Or, I did get a little bit of the light blue. But, anyhow. And remember, this was ultramarine. And I think that's a good, patriotic blue. Yes.
Lots of people have mentioned this is giving off the French vibes. I think so. Gray mentioned it here, and then Yanka was saying in one of the comments that it was really giving off because it's the big solid blocks. We're gonna add some stars and stuff because we don't want we're not y'all know what I'm trying to say. We're not mad at the French.
No. But, I still think, it's a nod to the Statue of Liberty. And
yes. And she's watching.
And she is watching.
I do like that idea.
And she's crying.
She ain't happy. She's sad.
Sad, crapping her pants and saying, my God, I want to go back to France. Vive la Revolution. Okay, so what are we going to do here? Well, we're just going to, I'm going to glue these down. And whatever, after I glue them down to the board, then I'll know how much room I have to do writing or note taking or some sort of nod to the whole process of resistance.
Oh, Margie says we need a Statue of Liberty.
We do.
Okay, so
we need one where she's going like the monk.
Well, that was the big mural on but that'd be taking other people's artwork and whatnot. But I'm sure we could kind of come up with something.
Well, as long as she had her little pointy crown on.
You need to know it's her. Yeah.
I have a photograph of Shannon, her senior picture, in there where she's doing that. Okay, and you remember we still have this, the golden paper.
The golden paper.
The golden paper. All right. Now, what did I do with my copies that you gave me? Oh, they're right there. All right, so basically what we need to do is we need to find...
Hi, Jackie. And welcome to everybody that has come in. Do say hello in chat so we can say hello back. I know I've missed some of y'all, so give me some extra pinky hello hands. I'll get you hello.
Oh, look, we didn't.
Yeah, you need to pull that.
Well, what am I going to pull it with? I guess
silver.
White.
Silver.
Silver?
I think silver would be good. Because then at least on the white, it'll give some... Because if you do white, you're going to block out all the...
Yeah, the white won't show up.
That's how that works.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Okay, so... No, just really... Maybe I could reverse it.
Slip it and reverse it.
If I could, use my little...
Yeah.
Teensy-tiny teensy tiny little thing and do a strip of red there, then a strip of blue down there.
Mm-hmm.
Might even be, I don't know what that one might. See, I've got 3 sizes of these little boogers.
Mm-hmm.
This one might, I don't know, that might be too much. That might be just the right size.
That might just be the right size.
That might be just the right size. I think this one's too small. This is like Goldilocks. All right, well, let's do something with this first, and then let this dry, and maybe, pull it before the end of the
Maybe.
hoop-de-doo here. Okay, this is going to involve a little...
Oh, no deadline on the postcards. This is purely like, I mean, my main request
November. You got to get them done by November.
When everything is right in the world, we can stop doing this.
Yeah.
So you got time.
I don't anticipate that anytime. Soon.
It's not looking promising right at this moment.
Okay, now don't let me forget. I do want to do some stamping onto and I have to find that paper. My flower. I want to stamp my flower.
Oh, don't you? Very aggressive. Okay.
I'm trying to find it. Oh.
Being funny, but also being real. Okay. Please use the hashtag because I want people to know what we are doing, what we're upset about, why we are upset with things. I think so. This can be a digital protest along with it being a physical one by downloading. And if you have them done, send them to me. As far as when I would like the ones that I'm going to put out onto the website, probably towards the end of July, because we'll kind of move on into something else, because I know that, at some point people will be like, okay, can we move on with this?
Long enough.
Not to say that, we aren't going to still continue on with our protesting and things of that nature, but we do want to make sure that, we are keeping, the art fun along with also participating in all of what we can and getting the word out and uplifting people. And also then letting people know that we aren't happy with the things that they might be doing. That's the gist of it. But yes, please use that hashtag. The maker's art is patriotic. I also, this is perfect. This is perfect setup for, I have set up the community page here on YouTube. So if you are not on Facebook, this is a perfect opportunity. Maybe we can start like kind of transitioning with our community there. I would love some alternative to Facebook. I welcome the day that can go away. But it's not anytime soon. I love what community we have there. We have put a lot of, blood, sweat, and tears into that. And so until there is something that everybody's on board with, that will continue. Oh, look at you. Okay, she's got real. She split the white. Look at you. All right. But hopefully that answers your question. But yes, if you are submitting one of the postcards or multiple postcards for the downloadable version, I would like that by the end of July. But we'll see. Maybe if this does continue on, maybe we are bored with it by then.
Okay, now you see why you're not seeing the stripes, because the white's opaque.
Correct.
But you can see it through the flower there.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that looks pretty cool.
Best one yet.
And I'm going to pull it with white.
Okay.
But we're going to let that sit a spell. Now, I've also got this really nice, start of something here.
Exactly, Eddie.
Who knows what that's going to be.
Staying quiet is not an option. That is...
It's not. It's by staying quiet, you are giving permission.
Yeah. And we are not.
We're not doing that. Not doing that. And I apologize to those that feel like somehow or other this is becoming a big political thing. And it actually is becoming a big political thing. But I'm not apologizing for the reason that it is.
Yeah. And I think it's less about politics. It's more about people.
It is. And this right here, I'm going to let this
Okay, Margie.
dry just a bit because I do not want to take the chance of ruining this by going over that with white too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Because the white that I use is very goopy. And yeah, okay. Now we need to find, oh, this may be a bit of a whip. You're just going to have to hang in there with me, people.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. Swedish tracing paper. Now, that could be something. You know, I haven't done much with the Swedish. And this is this black stuff. I do like that, but I never... onion skin paper. Love that. And then we have here... love these people that type me notes. That's great. This is from Walter.
Yeah, the steak paper and whatnot.
Okay. So, Walter, we've got it. And then here's some stuff from, I don't know who. Oh, it's from Walter also. All of this is from Walter. And this is what kind of paper? This is the Juan. And this is, I don't know, SHO. There's different kinds of Juan.
Yes.
This is the raw. For what I do not. I wished I could tell you about that, but this is kind of nice. I can put these things together here, and then I won't have to be. See some slippy, slidey papers. Okay, I wish that I knew what this was, but I'll just use it, and it'll be wonderful for something. All right, what did I say? I needed mashi?
I thought you said the ushi, usagami. The U one.
The U one?
Mm-hmm.
That would be usagami. Yes, I did. Usagami. We need usagami. Okay. Oh my gosh, remember this, Mariah? I don't know why that is even in here.
Because it just, pops up from time to time.
This is totally brilliant. That needs to be somewhere.
Well, I thought it was.
We're looking at it.
I thought it was in your one big journal.
Well, I think it was. And it looks really good with this piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Really be nice if I could cut straight edges on things, but well, and here's some really nice quality, some kind of print paper here. Okay, so what do we have here? This is Hanshi. And some we don't know what they are. Oh, I know this one is this big long one. That is, okay, here we go, usagami. Not asagami, usagami.
Right.
I love this here. This is the directions for doing that.
Yeah.
I used to do that.
I know.
I actually went to the state art convention one year and presented a demonstration to my fellow art teachers. And I also, had a whole art unit on Japanese. And it was really cool because I took paper plates and made them into a square.
Mm-hmm.
And then I cut up vegetables in various shapes. I had carrots. I had green peppers. I can't remember what else I had that was red. Maybe pimentos. But they created compositions and then ate them. They loved it. Some of them are too great. And it was very interesting because where I did my student teaching was called a magnet school. I don't know if you know about magnet schools, but in Texas, those are special schools.
Do they have those anymore?
children go to. I don't even know if aisles is in existence, but I loved it simply because it was, and it was a very, very coveted spot to do your student teaching in.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. And I had to lobby to get myself there. Well, of course, it's not going back in the horse like it came out. All right, you can see this is very, very sheer. And it really, it does have two different sides to it, but it's very nuanced. You have to really work at feeling it. So I'm going to stamp onto the more textured side. Okay. Now we have to get another. And I apologize. I should have all these cleaned up, but and I'm afraid that's going to come off. I have a lot of dirty plates. Well, we may have to clean this one up. It's been begging to be cleaned up for a while anyway. Oh, here, I have to show you this.
Okay.
So, yesterday Monday? Yes, it was Monday. Did I tell people about my question mark on my belly?
Yes.
Okay, well, that was because I was cleaning my brayer. This is what I got off of it, but isn't that interesting?
It's very interesting.
I'm saving it.
That was off of the bar part.
Yeah, well, I couldn't get it to peel because I didn't have enough paint on it. But it wasn't, it was all clogged up here in the middle part.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that stuff came off out here on the bar. And I'm still, getting residual stuff on it. But it had completely clogged up right there.
Yeah.
So I had to do something. But I tried to pull it, and it's not enough. Can you see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we're cleaning this booger off, and I don't think that I am going to go ahead and tape it. Just because once it's wet, it doesn't tape very well. Duh. This is mostly to get that end stuff.
Yeah, the tape doesn't even pull up the pan pastel.
No, it does not. So mostly what I'm getting here is this edge that can be problematic if you are trying to pull up something that's...
Well, Jenny, what P was talking about is she actually skins the brayer. So she lets it build up onto the brayer, like the roller of the brayer, and then peels that.
And it is quite a process.
Not everybody, some people clean as they go. Like you can just clean up that paint as you go and not let it build up. But eventually, yeah, this is what she's going to clean the plate with. But eventually, you're probably going to get build up on like the little bar part and around those edges. Unless you, I guess if you're cleaning as you go, you can make sure you're cleaning up the bar and everything. Because it's otherwise, wherever the paint will build up. And you can usually just kind of scrape that off. Bye, Ellen. Thanks for hanging.
Okay, so people have wondered, when do I clean my plate? Well, I clean it when I... Uh-oh. Mariah, you have to come and rescue my scarf. I have oil.
Yeah, I see that. You're kind of coming out of your...
Yeah, just tuck it in back in the back.
Okay. I'm going to wrap it around a little bit. So that way it's less likely to come undone.
Escape. Thank you. It's like, when your nose itches and you've got cake batter all over your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just wet wipes. And sometimes you need to do a little bit of rub-a-dub-dub. And I could go ahead and just go right over this because it's not going to pick up or anything.
Right.
But I think it's kind of confusing for you if you're watching on, well, what do I actually have on the plate? But see all the stuff I'm getting off there? That's the pan pastel. It is, and then I've got some other stuff out here that, I don't know what that is. We'll try to get that one. But I want clean white. I want clean colors here.
Yeah.
I don't want any chance of mucky muck because I think that's really important to the message. And some of this stuff out here may be that.
We've done it a couple of times on video, Jenny, but
this stuff right here.
I don't know that we have we done like just the brayer peel? No, it's just kind of one of those things that ends up getting done during a stream, either kind of.
Yeah, and we didn't know.
Usually at the end. I haven't kept a log.
I guess
I should keep a log.
Make a short of that.
Well, it's not exactly a short. It's kind of a time a log could.
You might have to speed it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean the other one that I did for Caleb the other day because I sent him with a brayer and I didn't want to send him with a brayer that had gunk on it.
Yeah.
I thought that was rude.
Yes.
And so I pulled it and I knew it was time for it to be pulled. But the best time to pull them is after you've used them because it moistens everything up and it's kind of a lot more. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put down a piece of paper here and try to get up some of this moisture.
Yes, mineral oil. And hello, Serenity. And welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Otherwise, we do not know that you're here. We like to know that you're here because we're an Arty friendly bunch of folks.
This is one of those plates that's very sticky. See if I can get up some of that. Really, that's not coming up. Do you see what I'm trying to get up there? It's more of a feel thing. There's little bitty pocky marks there. I don't know if that's going to make a hill of beans difference here. All right, so here we go. Oh, dadgummit, I got oil on that. I hope that doesn't mess it up. Oh well, Usagami's on the top, so I can come back and. But you know, the oil is going to repel your paint. And that's one of the reasons that you go ahead and use your wipies.
Kind of get up that excess.
Get up that excess oil. I mean, there's going to still be some of it on there. And I'm just obsessing about that. I'm going to quit that right now. Okay.
You're going to quit that right now?
Quit that right now.
Okay. Good deal.
I have a hair in my eye. Need to get rid of that. Don't need any more of that.
Oh, wonderful, Jennifer.
Okay. So, we need our ultramarine blue. And what we're using for our red, I'm pretty sure the cadmium red deep. All right?
Yes.
So what are we thinking here? Should I still leave that middle part open? Or should I try to make the colors really close together, the red and the blue?
That's a personal preference, Jenny. I mean, if you like the smell, then, you know, go that route.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we just use the plain mineral oil.
It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Eddie likes baby oil.
So,
How he rolls.
So P. Diddy.
Oh. I don't even know what to say about all that. Number one, I'm not even sure, like...
Yeah. If there's
The fact that
any
you
way
even
for
knew
you
it
to
about
open a
that.
bottle of paint
And get it on you?
boy, I can figure it out. And I mean, we're talking about even if it's a brand new bottle of paint, I have that ability. I think it's really quite an unusual thing, and you should take note of it.
Margie's also a baby oil user. Okay.
All right.
Mm.
I'm losing the integrity of my...
You need to secure your thing. It's a very lovely setup. It's just you need to commit to that and like tape things in and down.
All right. So what are we doing here? Now, I need to really think this through because this is not my usual, put it down, flop it off, and snatch it up kind of thing. Because we want to get this on our paper. But I still need to have something over here. Just trying to get less of a white area there. Okay, we're going to move that up a little bit so we can get more of the red on our flower. I don't know. I'm not terribly impressed with this thus far. Okay, that's better. I just think they really need to be almost right there together.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
That seems to be the answer to this.
That's the answer?
3-part question.
Well, I could have worked this out, but then you would all just thought, oh my gosh, she's so brilliant. She just figures all that out right away and, blah, 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 and it ain't necessarily so. And we might have something that we could possibly utilize there. This is also a really sticky plate. I'm just not really ready to give up on it quite yet.
Kathy, this is the 32-pound hammer mill.
Yeah, okay. So that's our pickup.
Premium color copy paper. There are papers that are similar, so if you are not in the US, Mo can give us, because I think she knows about a similar paper in the UK. I know in Australia it is also tricky to get hammer mill because it's not like it's shipped from the US. But in your different countries, they may have something that is similar. Basically, you're looking for kind of a presentation paper. It's not super heavy. Not all presentation papers are created equally.
No, they are not.
That's even true here. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just trying to get excess moisture off of that. I don't know that I need it for the process that we're doing right here.
Oh,
what?
It's becoming a running joke now that, like, when we ask for something from Mo, then, it's like, we need that now. But yes, Mo did reply back. She says that they can get a good price for Navigator color copy in the yellow pack, which is similar. Yeah. And Ricky Nordmeyer says that the hammer mill is on sale on Amazon. Now, if you're trying to stay away from Amazon, we understand. But if you aren't, and you want to help us out, because, it does, please use our links. over there on our Amazon shop.
Oh,
There,
yeah, baby. That's what
there
I'm
you go.
talking about. Now, I think what I'm going to do with this is I am going to let this dry, and then I'm going to pull it with white. So you can see that that would, and even though I do, and this is kind of cool because, you know, we talk about purple as being a designator between the red state and the blue state. And, you know, maybe we needed more of a purple. I don't know. Briar's looking really good. Well, the blue didn't come off quite as well on that one, did it?
Oh, whoops, I didn't.
This is a lot more difficult, y'all, than it looks like. But I think we have at least one we can use.
Okay, I'm trying to do a little poll thing. I'm going to try to do it. Oh, there we go. Start a poll. There we go. That's what I was trying to do.
Now, I don't really think that I need to take this and do a scrubby dub on it. Get that little, sometimes you get, see that fuzzy? I don't know if y'all can see that fuzzy. Sometimes these baby wipes have a tendency to grab onto a rough area on your stamp, and they will cause kind of a fuzzy collection. You don't want fuzzies on there. Fuzzies are okay someplace, but not on your hope-to-do thing. Okay. I do need to re-evaluate my storage space up here. Okay. Whoa. Boy, did that go through. And even these ones that are partial here.
What are you stamping onto? What did you finally decide?
This is the Usagami.
Usagami. That's why we were, yes. Okay, yes. So you did find, look at you finding things and all that.
Yeah.
Love it. I'm writing a poll.
What are you polling?
Hold on, I'll get to it in just a second.
Okay. Okay, so we got this. And this is what made us decide, okay, we do not want to leave that in the middle there. We want to have these two colors meet together. Thus, we have the area here, which is sort of purple. I mean, that's what happens when you mix red and blue.
That's what happens when you mix the red and the blue, y'all. You get purple.
You get purple.
That's what we're hoping for.
Almost every time.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to do a little poll for you guys. Help us out. Especially, mainly, those of you that are not within the United States and we are shipping to you. Whom do you prefer? Like like U.S. postal to in-country postal, because that's how that works. FedEx, UPS, or DHL. Those are kind of the top options, and it didn't allow me to do any more than that. So, let me know. I would love to know your thoughts and feelings on that.
All right, Mariah, I'm going to have you use your little tiny fingers and tear these two flowers out. And then we will,
okay.
Just think that you, and number one, you're a lot more patient at that than I am, and I just rip into them and, yeah, okay. We've got that going. All right, now what else do I have back here to share with you all? Okay, this is dry. We can put some, let's see if we can get a pull here. We'll be using the Heavy Body Closed Titanium White by Golden. And it doesn't have a thing on it because I have it in a great big tub, so I And don't be afraid to get some paint out there. Because when you're doing the pull thing, you want to make sure that you've got enough paint on there. Now, you can get too much. It just takes a long time to dry, which we don't really care about that. So we're probably not going to pull this today anyway.
Oh, hey, Jennifer.
I'm just going to go ahead and put paint all over this because I'd like to get rid of what is on there. Anywho, there's some weird things going on here with my brayer. And when you're doing a pull layer, you want to make sure that you do give it lots of pressure on your bearing when you're trying to get that color, because you want it to really adhere to that surface.
Hey, Cynthia.
Looks cool, doesn't it?
It does look cool. You spent a lot of work into that one little print.
And I just do this because they don't fit back on the shelf if they don't have the other piece of paper cut off. Now this looks kind of messy, but I think it's the eyes, isn't it? I don't know what this is.
No, that is
no.
I think it's the fleur de lis mandala.
Yeah, and it's a really sticky booger. Okay, that's all right. We'll muddle through with that. Okay, that'll work. We're gonna go with silver. Because I don't use this very often. And I've got a big bottle of it, so I should use it. Again, right now I'm just trying to do something while we're waiting for stuff to dry and Mariah to use her teeny tiny fingers to I like this Ara paint because it really
She means Ara.
Ara paint. It pulls really well. Now right now I'm getting some streaky situation
that
going
has
on
more to
here.
do with her brayer.
More to do with my brayer than anything else, so I will just go ahead.
The poll. Okay, yeah, and I think it. I think everybody has voted. 36% vote the U.S. Postal in-country post. And then UPS is behind that at 29%, and FedEx at 21%, and DHL at 14%. I'm going to end the poll because it seems like everybody has. There we go.
So who is the winner?
U.S. to in-country post.
So just the regular mail.
Right. And one of the reasons I think that is that, yes, in some countries it's really great to use FedEx. In some countries, there are other carriers or who they hand it off to, but it's tricky. It's tricky.
Well, didn't you finally end up using DHL to do Mexico?
Yeah, Mexico is one of those ones where you have to do one of the other carriers. The regular post is very unreliable to Mexico. We have learned that the hard way.
Yeah, lost some product and
yes. And it's heartbreaking to all involved.
Yes. Alrighty. Where have all the flowers gone? Now I'm interviewing it on there, but I'm also,
And this is the 25%, because is this the darker? Okay, so that's 100% black.
and I'm, I don't know. Now that I've got it on this, Yatsutomo
Here we are, back at the beginning.
back in the beginning.
But you just don't know if you don't know, and you need to know, so we had to print it out
Yes.
2 minutes into the stream, or, before the stream. Because we're running behind on all things.
You don't want to be woofing too hard, because this paper is very
Woofable.
woofable. Okay, I don't know. What do you think, Mariah? The problem is once I get it down there, I'm afraid there's going to be too much interference with.
You were not wrong about that. Now, like I said, so see, this is 25%, and then I gave you one that is a little bit darker. There should be a 50%.
Is this one?
No, I just...
These are all the same.
No. That is correct. The page underneath it, they should have been together.
Well, they may have been at one time.
They were at one time.
Okay, I don't... Here, I think this is it.
Okay.
So, this is...
50%.
Well, I'm kind of leaning towards 50.
Okay.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Mary Helen, where are you located?
I'm just working on I kind of like it down there coming out of the corner. I don't usually like to emphasize the corners, you all know that. But in this case, I think it's a lead on. It leaves more of the text showing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it's very simple and lovely. What do you think?
I love simple and lovely.
I love simple and lovely too. Okay. Just so that I don't, screw up all of them, I'm going to separate these little dudes. Because the other day I was squirting my airbrush medium into another thing, and it kind of closed off. Was like it'd been circumcised on the diagonal. Went shooting out all the way over here.
It's a botched job.
A botched job. And yeah.
Amazing how much that comes up around here.
Uh-huh.
Is there a full moon? Is it a full moon? I don't know. It's just, it feels like it's a little nutty.
Okay, so this is 100%, this is 50%. Mm-hmm. And then this other one is, what did you say it was?
Okay.
150,
25.
25. Okay.
I halved it. Halves.
You did it.
Gotta have it.
You did a brilliant job. Now we have to. And see, you can see this paper shows it's really good saturation. Lovely stuff. All right. So we're going to get some Blick acrylic here, and I apologize for the grody-ness of the container, but I have better things to do than clean gunk off.
Anything really, like
yeah, really.
The container's really low on the list.
Yeah, cleaning containers right down there next to.
But washing rocks way above all of that.
Yeah.
Company's coming over. I'm gonna wash my rocks so I can show people.
Okay, now this is really kind of something that we all know that it goes through. So my medium is going to go through.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not afraid to use some. Now it's very delicate at this stage. I don't want to be, like yanking on it. And
yeah, don't just be
that sort of thing. But you don't want to be waiting for whatever, because that stuff's drying.
It's drying very quickly. That is
as we speak. And we are going to go ahead and go over the whole thing and just make that.
Yes.
More or less, and the reason I'm doing that over everything is so that, it all has that same.
Okay, we're gearing up towards it. Okay.
Now, a little gloppy there. Glad I got that. Like it was.
Hey, I believe the 3 days and 3 days before, 3 days of it, and 3 days after. Yeah.
What are you talking
Got
about?
9 days of disequilibrium via the moon phases.
Oh, I don't believe in that. It's been scientifically disproven by the Mythbusters.
I don't think anything that she just said was true. Still funny. None of it true.
I think I watched an episode that said that it is not true.
Right.
Anecdotally, perhaps people have, made this observation.
I've made this observation.
Yes.
And I'm telling you.
And I don't know. This is just kind of weak. I don't know what to. I really don't. I'm not loving it.
I think really what this one's going to require is you need to come back in once it dries, put some clear texture gesso over it, and do some pencil work. Because what would be really nice is inside the flower areas, even if you wanted to color those in a little bit reddish or whatever, fill that flower in and then make it have a little glow. Or you could still maybe see some of the words. Like, the words do not have to fully be shown. And I think that we proved that because that was one of my struggles. Are you listening to me? See,
I am.
This is when she's like, sort of blowing me off. This is the blow off face.
I just, I'm listening to you, but I'm not agreeing with you.
I know you want what you want, but I think with each and every one of these, time and time again, it has proven that the words are not going to be as much of a focal point or showcased in the way that in your mind it's kind of.
Well, I like that you can read through the flower. That's important to me.
Well, then here's an idea. I think so. Reverse that out a little bit. Come back in with your colored pencils, but just ever so slightly thicken those lines, or maybe give it a red glow around the flower part and then a blue glow around the bottom part. That way your words are still visible, but yet you need it to kind of give it some. It's kind of like adding a drop shadow or an inner glow, or this is like in graphic design, that's kind of what it would be. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave it alone for right now.
Mm-hmm.
But what I would like if you would be willing to do. Oh, I can reach back here and get. I think most.
Hello, Deb. Hello to everybody that's come in. Sorry, I'm reading a lot of different things, and I'm also trying to help this.
We're gonna go for a different flower since we've got lots of backgrounds here. We can play around with our flower to decide.
Sometimes you should play with your flower.
We're gonna play with the flower.
Mm-hmm.
See if we can't get something with a little more.
You got 27 minutes to do
now,
it.
see, this one has fatter lines, but I really like that leafy stem on that. Photo.
I know you can always draw in a stem.
Well,
it's an option.
It's an option, but I don't one that I'm not.
I know you just don't like the ones
I'm ready to
accept or
employ.
Hello, Terry. Terry Bass would like to see us both do the same identical project, adding your own twist. It never works out.
It never works out.
We start out maybe
great intentions.
Hey, okay, Terry, I got a great, perfect example for you. Go back to last year when we did the July postcard play. Because we were supposed to be doing the same things. And none of that happened. And we all started making our own cards once again.
Okay, I love this flower. I really love that.
Is that the
flower.
one that you need?
But I like these little jobbers too. Remember these little jobbers that showed up in the other?
Yeah, those are by Miriam.
Now I like this one too.
Here, since you got the flower box open,
I don't know how that's going to.
We got new. Now these aren't flowers, but
I just love these little dudes.
You could draw.
And it is plural. It isn't just a flower. Yeah, I used this stencil.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a hibiscus. Oh,
It's big.
yeah.
Big.
Okay, I might try that one.
Okay.
The reason I'm not, this is just too stylized for what I want, the feeling I want here. That's the reason I'm kind of
Yes.
rejecting this one also. It's not, I'm not rejecting the design. I'm just saying I want something a little more
Well, this
verisimilitude. I want it
fancy.
to say flower as in something you would reach over and smell in nature.
Yeah.
Not, be on the edge of something. So, even though I am absolutely in love with these little boogers, I'm passing on those two for now, but I may bring them back into play later. The reason I like this one is, number one, it's got leaves. Has this lovely stamen coming out here, very, erect, and yeah, and another little one down here, like that. I really like this one also, but again, I would have to add leaves to it.
Was that with like all of the stamps?
Yeah, I'm gonna put these little. I like these little ones because I can work them in, and I don't know what Rocks is doing in here. Probably just didn't know what else to do with it. Getting a bit of tectonic plate evil here. Okay.
No, Becky's just in form. I don't know.
Okay, I'm keeping these two out. Even though this one is very stylized, I like the lyricism of it. And I don't know what I put in here that is creating a problem with.
Yeah, I gave you some new ones. That's why.
You did. That was really ugly of you. It's making me look like a idiot that I can't get them all back in there.
I'm telling you, like, it's the storage solution for.
Yeah, you know that these over here will now not go back in here because you saw the situation.
I know, and I was trying to fit that big one in there, but I think we need to expand the flowers into two.
We do.
I need more of those things, and then I need more space because we're running out of space with all that. Because we do want to keep. We like having all of them.
Now, we have the option here of actually just going on to.
These storage bins hold 2 layers. We have these other thicker art bins, which are they're also more expensive.
I don't like them because there's too many layers.
There's too many, and it's hard to dig through them because then they get like really mixed up and messed up. These thinner 2-layer ones kind of are most ideal because you can sort of move it around and see the thing, and it's like not too much. The lovely thing about the foam stamps is that they're extremely lightweight, so like that's not an issue. But fitting them in there and getting stuff where they need to be.
All right, so I think that we're going to go with the.
Hi, Glenda.
The 50 and the 100.
It has been a bit. So happy to see you.
Here. And we're going to directly stamp onto the surface. We're not going to do the tissue. First, we may have to, but for now. Okay. We've got another one here. This is going to be just, even though I wouldn't, if I were pulling a print, I probably would not use this. But I'm not going to be pulling a print. I'm going to be mixing paint. And I have just decided, rather than using the now on this, I could ostensibly, but see, then I just have the red. And I really want the blue and the red. I think I need that.
I think you need that too.
Okay. Good. We're on the same page there. I've got my color set aside here because I'm just such an organized, thinking ahead kind of person.
She's not.
Some
didn't want anybody that's new or hasn't been here in a
Yeah,
while to think, oh, have things changed, or is this really true? It's not. Some things have changed. That is not one
one
of
can
them.
always, you know.
I mean, yeah, we can always. There's hope.
Hope.
Got to keep the hope
Hope
alive, y'all.
springs eternal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm scooching this over a little bit here. I know y'all understand scooching. So that I can get some brayering off business here,
Mm-hmm.
along with my
Oh, bye, Tammy. Thanks for hanging.
I always like to give it a bit of a wiggle. Hopefully get to. Ha! Check that out, ladies
That's
and
kinda trippy.
gentlemen.
Sort of looks like little fireworks in the corner there. That's appropriate.
Yeah.
Ish, you know.
Okay, now this is the one that is the, I believe this is the lightest one, so that's the 20.
Yeah, it was kind of trippy.
Okay, well, we lost a lot of our definition there.
Yeah, you need more paint on that.
You need
end
more
piece.
paint. You need excessive paint. Okay, I'm handing you this in a wet wipe so that you can
Okay.
scrub it up a bit. Okay, let's see if we can get this off here. You know, another time I would save that, but I'm running out of plates that I can utilize here.
All right, you got about 15 minutes.
Now, you could even use that for, you know, something else. Something else. Something. Okay, I'm going to cut this so that I don't muck up my extra copies. And I believe this is the 25. So the one I just printed on was 100 and the other was 50, and this is 25.
Yeah, she definitely needs more paint.
Yeah, that second one just too dry. I really, in my heart, I knew that that was not the thing to do. But yeah.
Want to say hi? What are you up to? Yeah. Well, good. Oh, like today? Oh, what did your dad tell you? You don't know? Huh? Oh, that's all right.
Oh, yeah, baby, look at that.
Oh, there you go.
Vindicated.
And also on the lighter one, which I...
Yeah. Okay, I'm handing you, you need another wipey.
Two people can be right at the same time.
This is very true. This, especially, you know, if it's in the area of opinions.
Oh, that's right.
Hey, this is excellent. Look at this brayer off here. Got some really nice grody.
I love you, Rhonda. You and I,
What?
She said, I said the 25%. I'm just saying. She had to, I'm with you though. It's like, you're like, Brad's this way as well. He's a very big, like, he wants to make his point and make sure that he knows that you know that, remember, he said the thing and that he was right. I also like this. Yes. Ooh, that's kind of cool looking.
Oh my.
Oh my.
No, don't mess that up here. I'll give you another one.
Okay. We've saved these. We've glued these down. Remember the skull one?
Oh, yeah. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pulling this right now because if I wait, I'll have to go take a weightlifting class in order to get it off of the plate.
Nobody wants to watch that.
Yeah, this is not. Look at that.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
You can just.
Oh, Cheryl says that brayer off looks like a billboard to be.
I know.
Oh, Mary Helen, that's so. We love you too.
Okay, well, we'll do
Ooh, look at that one. That wasn't even
paint removal at a later date. Okay, so this is really great. Where have all the flowers gone? I love this. I think I did. The reason this works is because I had good placement on my color. I think because the blue doesn't kind of speak as loudly as the red.
Mm-hmm. Bye, Karen.
That really works. And I love the hibiscus, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's Hawaii state flower, I think. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I don't know. Tammy still. I think Tammy left. She would know.
Yeah, she would.
She's our.
Oh, and here's our. Look at that.
Here.
Kind of looks like lettuce. Yeah, it's a
Patriotic lettuce.
I just, I really want this one to work, and I think this one will work on the 25.
Yeah. You got.
Because it looks very flaggy for some reason.
It does. That's what I said. But it's trippy right there. There's too much like going on.
Yeah.
Kind of hurts.
It's fighting with the background.
It hurts our eyeballs.
Okay, so remember, and this is the one that we did with the Usagami
Yes, that is also a good option.
Yasutomo paper.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one, that's the one that didn't work. And this was the 50%, and it needed to be the 25. We've all agreed.
Yes, that's a
what needs to
good
happen.
one, Becky.
And then, of course, we've got some lovely, just, sketchy looking cool stuff there.
The hibiscus. Rhonda grows them, I think is what she's saying.
Oh. And this one, this is kind of interesting. This would be some interesting stuff for collage. And it is, red, white, and blue.
All right, do you want this flower back? Are you going to attempt one more?
Oh,
or
I
we
think
got
I've
10
got
minutes.
time.
You got 10 minutes. Make it happen.
All right.
Make it happen.
Really know what to do with those wet hoodie dudes. Okay, where's mine? All right. This is that going to fit? Yeah. All right. It's a mucky muck, but I think once I get my paint on here and get it off, I think it's going to be marvelous. And I do think that this is fluid acrylic. The Ara,
Ara.
Ara.
Not Era. Era is E. Ara.
Ara paint is thicker than the fluid acrylic paint, which that's probably what one of the things that we're dealing with here is it's a little less opaque.
Wow. There we go. It does. It looks like it's a Stars and Stripes flower. Christy Hartman. I hope she'll watch this in replay. I'll let her know. She'll be real excited about that.
And here's the thing, too.
Yeah.
Okay, you have very little purple showing up. That's in the brayering here, folks. Okay, I've got one more of these, and I'm going to see if I can get another print off of this, because I did not brayer off.
Oh, you got lots of hearts, and you even got some red, white, and blue hearts. And loves. And then I do want to just reiterate, you guys that want to participate in the patriotic postcard protesting as we are here, please let me know. You need to email me. Also, I'm trying to, if you do not want to post or you are not on Facebook, I was just kind of reading Mary Helen's thing there, and I know it's like so easy to get hacked or whatever over there on Facebook.
Okay, now you can see you got a little bit more of the purple in there.
You did. But we do have our community page up and running here on YouTube. So if you want to post to it, I don't know exactly how that works because I'm very new to it. Like literally, like turned it on 2 days ago. And then I was like, it kept telling me, well, nothing's showing up here. Nobody's posted anything. And you need to send out a welcome thing. And I was like, oh, well, okay. How do I do that? And then you have to do it through like your mobile. You can't do it on the computer. To do it through your mobile device. So I was like, okay, I'm learning.
Well, this is a whip.
A little bit. But I got it worked out now.
Well,
oof. Pay was worried about it.
I was...
For about 2 seconds. And yes, if you do want to participate, let me know. I can email you the files if you want the song things, or you can just participate. Would love it if you would use the hashtag so we can all, like, you know, in solidarity, my dear friends.
Well, there's a messy flower, but you know,
I like the messy flower.
I do too, and the tendrils there, I just, you know, think it's got lots of possibilities there.
Yeah, it's another thing to learn for sure. But I'm telling you, if the YouTube community thing works out eventually, this is not anything soon, but this is my hopefully feelings. I would love to be pretty much on one platform. I mean, we still do Instagram, but mainly our Instagram, I have it so where our designers, they collaborate their postings over on Instagram, and so it posts to our thing, which is fantastic. And it's better use of our Instagram, really, than us just putting out the same stuff all the time anyway. So I'm very happy with that. And yeah.
Well, I'm you know,
I know.
I'm okay with what happened today.
they're beautiful. Sometimes it doesn't have to be a big old, gilded lily. Now, the gilding lilies happens on Mondays, because that's the day that I do my thing. But peas, sometimes she does beautiful things in the simplicity of it. And y'all saw even it took some doing. You had to get there. I think this is the lesson of the Sumier artist, with the scrolls in the closet situation.
Opened it up and they all come falling out.
You saw it, like, even the fact that ombreing those two colors together takes a bit of practice.
Yes, it does. Because what happens here is this middle part turns purple. And you have to really be cognizant of and practice putting your paint at different separations on your plate.
Yes.
Because that is going to determine how much turns purple and how much stays true to your blue and your red.
Yeah.
And that's something that and it also depends on the viscosity of your paint. I think once, I probably, in order to make this work, I need a ultramarine blue in the Aura. These are very, very close. And you saw I used a little tiny bit more of the blue on that second round to get this vibrant blue there, because it's not as heavy body. The viscosity, it's more liquid. And I think that makes a difference.
It does.
And check this out. I mean, got some great brayer offs today. Needs a few more.
Okay. Well, that shall conclude our business today. So we'll be back on Thursday.
Hey, I sent you some thoughts.
I've been having some, every once in a while I have a thought. Every once in a while. And then I'm like, darn it, why didn't I write that down?
Isn't that the truth?
Because seriously,
oh man,
I need to keep a pad of paper with me.
Yeah, okay. When I was like,
experiencing the cookies,
I was like, oh my gosh, this is. But I've written down things that
I could barely work my phone that day.
I couldn't remember where my paper or pens were, so that was not an option.
Yeah. Anyway.
Just saying.
All right, but we will be back on Thursday with some thoughts and more Arty postcard protesting patriotically as we are throughout the month. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and participating in this with us. I just can't tell you how much it means to us. It really does. It's big. And until then.
Will we get in trouble using his lyrics in the background of our cards?
I don't think so, because we aren't selling these. We are not,
People can download them for free.
I'm sending it to the folks who request it.
Okay. Because how I feel about.
Because I want to know who has it and who's participating. And I can't imagine. Because we're really using this for art, and I think in the spirit of which the songs were created.
Pete wouldn't mind, but he's dead, so he can't.
I know, but his family members might. Hey, if they want to come after us, great, whatever. We'll work that out with them at that point in time, but we ain't making money off of this.
Yeah. Okay,
she's ready for her photograph.
I'm ready.
Okay. Until then, but guys, love ya.
Like a long haul.
Bye.